That's thank you.
I wouldn't call us sweethearts, but you know.
No, let's go with the rest of it. We're not alone today because we have Niklas and Gabriel from Team Mortar Combat and Iron Hearts. Because as Nurgle pointed out, we are going to start an in-house league for Steel Division. It's going to be 2v2, just like we did during PDX Con. Me and Nikki will be acting as observers until that observer mode is in, which will hopefully be soon.
Which will be very soon.
Because that's what Alexis said, and we trust him.
Yes.
This also means that this is kind of going to be not a playground, but a testing ground for different ways to set up slightly more competitive games of Steel Division. And we're trying that today. Like I said, this is going to be a weekly league, so every week these teams will have to play one game against another team. After once they've all met each other, we've got 5 teams. We're not going to go through all of them now because we're already slightly late. We'll have a winners final and a losers final. The rules are super simple, Nikki.
Are they?
Yes, they are. So we're going to start with the coin toss. And the captains get to pick. Whoever wins the coin toss gets to decide if they want to pick a map or if they want to pick a faction. If they, whoever, then the loser gets to pick what's left. Once we've done that, each side gets to ban 2 of the divisions that are not going to be playable. And once that's done, they get to leave the studio, go set up their battle groups, and then we're just going to start and see what happens. Now, we've already prepared a coin toss.
It has been tossed already.
It has been tossed already. So that means, you know what? Since Niklas, you've been here the longest, would you like heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails. Okay, I'm gonna Alt Tab over to the to the Chrome window. Unfortunately, it's heads.
And we'll take faction.
You'll take faction
play as allies.
So Iron Hearts have decided to go with allies. Niklas, that means you guys get to pick map.
Then we will choose the St. Mary Glees.
St. Mary Glees.
Was the one I would have picked.
Really?
Okay, Gabriel, you get to ban one of the Axis divisions that you don't want to play against.
Yeah, the 12th SS.
The 12th SS?
Panzers.
Panzers. Niklas, which allies do you want to get rid of?
Let's go with the 3rd Armored and the 101 Airborne.
Okay, the 3rd Armored and then the 101 Airborne. So the Iron Hearts cannot play with them. Gabriel, do you have one more ban?
Yeah, 3rd Fallschirmjäger.
The so-called OP divisions.
I'm not getting into that.
No, we'll talk a bit about that shortly. But you guys should have all the information you need, right?
Yes.
So please leave us for now. Set up your battle groups and ready up when you're ready. And Gabriel, freaking tell Volt to accept my friend request. Because
Can we choose who we are for? Because I already have my pick.
well, if you want to be,
I'm voting for the Germans.
you're voting for the Germans,
I
and
love
why is
the
that?
Germans because they are, of course, far more superior than the Allies. They should have won. You know, you never know.
Okay, so we have sent our invite to Volt. Now the thing I wanted to talk about when you said OP divisions, and we're not going to get into all of it, but the thing that you keep pointing out is that you guys do have like the win ratio for all of the divisions.
Yes, we do.
And my understanding is that while some parts of the community have been vocal about certain divisions being too OP,
Yeah.
the win ratio doesn't always show that.
No, it does not.
But of course, we're not necessarily gonna reveal what the win ratio actually are for the certain, because we don't want people to know which one's actually the OP division.
Yeah, you guys have to keep guessing on that one. But
hey, we got everyone in.
wait, why
That's a
is
great start.
Why is everyone on your team?
Well, no,
Wait,
but
on my team.
because remember that Archangel Gabriel
Yeah.
needs to go on allies, so need to hang out with me.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yep. So he just needs to switch sides, and then we should be ready to go. So we can see that both you and Roland are already ready and raring to go.
Wait, where's... Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. This is, of course, like I said, this
Yes.
is the
They're
this
ready.
is the first time we're doing this. So expect later casts to possibly go a bit smoother.
We hope so.
Yes, it's it takes a while. Especially, I'm especially looking forward to observer mode because
Aren't
as
we all?
I mean, I love observing. That's my favorite thing.
Until then, we have to do it the cheap way,
Yeah.
which is...
And one thing that Nicholas pointed out as well that I hadn't referenced before, but some people
Yes.
might know, is that if of course if someone concedes on your team, the rest of the players are going to get a boost to both cards and requisition points.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen in this game. But since we are conceding at the same time, it shouldn't affect anything. They're just going to get some more cards and more points, but it should still be even.
This is true.
So now we
You
just have to.
excited? I'm excited.
I am. So, what are you? You've already claimed that the Axes are going to win this.
I will no, actually, I know this because last time I lost against Roland and against Niklas, and
Yeah.
they were like completely crushing us. So this is speaking from terrible experience that they will win.
Yeah.
I don't know how Gabriel or Carl will
Well,
do.
so the thing is here, so we can see, of course, you do have levels
Oh, yeah,
in
that's true.
Steel Division, and currently Amayomi, Nicholas, and Roland are level 4. They have done QA for this game, so they've played it quite a lot.
Hey, I'm level 2.
You are. Volt and Archangel. Archangel's played about as much as you have, apparently, and he was saying things and having opinions that I
Yeah.
think Roland and Niklas wasn't really expecting, which was interesting. So we'll see how this how this goes.
Who are you for, actually?
I mean, I'm always rooting for the underdogs. So
Oh yeah. I usually am too. Okay, can we switch around?
wait,
Because I want to go for the underdogs.
what?
Yeah, because I mean, obviously the no, I take it back. I'm for the allies, of course. But
Well, you're watching the Axis, so
I can spy. I spy with my little eye. Do you think we can somehow give our little teammates sneaky
no,
tips?
no, Nikki. We're supposed to be neutral observers.
This has never been told to me
I
before.
I told you this several
This is
times.
not in the contract as a caster.
I mean, you were, I'm not going to say heartbroken, but you were slightly disappointed earlier today when I was like, no, you can't play. You need to
Yes.
cast the games with me.
I had high hopes of playing myself and going against Roland and Nicholas, but it was a terrible moment when Anders came and said, no, you're supposed to be
Yep.
a caster.
We do actually have some crowd favorites still
Really?
in the teams, though. We have Daniel, also known as Salty Daniel, playing with
Ooh.
Matt in one of the teams. Seek, you recruited
I did.
aggressively, and he was like, I guess I'm playing. So that's happening. And of course, I think Stefan, who's played before and won on
But
stream,
do
is
you
playing.
really think that Stefan is a crowd favorite after the terrible backstabbing he did, you know?
While after he bombed his own units?
Yes, that's the backstabbing.
I'm
And he
not
didn't
entirely
even-
sure.
It didn't even bomb his units. He bombed my units. I remember.
Okay. Well, hopefully Archangel and Volt will ready up. We're also waiting for Nicholas. Do you have any interesting Stellaris Steel Division tidbits we can talk about in the meantime?
Yes. About
Good.
the air. A lot of people have very nice comments about the air of Steel Division.
Mm-hmm.
How it's not. It's very OP. Again, the word OP comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, Eugene has made a very good article on why the air is working the way it is right now in Steel Division, and that is that even though a lot of people keep referencing Wargame, Steel Division is set in the Second World War, where our technology was not as good as the weapons in Wargame.
So there's you're saying so. My understanding is that there might be a disconnect between what people expect anti-air to be and what it actually was during the Second World War in Normandy.
Exactly, but I can. The article will tell you this in a way more eloquent and in-depth way. So please do go to Eugene site and find this. I should have actually linked this to you guys and read it up on it.
Well, we do have Nurgle in the booth, so maybe he can do a quick look around and find the URL and post it
Yes, that would be awesome.
in Twitch chat.
Yeah.
For us. Now we're just waiting for Nicholas, and then we're actually ready to go.
Woo!
So
Excitement. But wait, I am now for the allies, right? We have established this. Cool.
no, that's not true. Yeah. So Nicholas is still on the 12 SS Panzer, and that's probably because that was the default battle group he ended up on. So building a new battle group, making sure he gets the packs that he needs.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. As you can see, assuming we're we're on my screen, and we're just waiting for Nicholas to build the battle groups. And I think this is also one of the cases in the future. We're not always going to be watching these live. Sometimes we're going to do replay commentary, and in those cases, we wouldn't have this wait. I mean, the coin toss. It's fun to do that live, but it also, of course, means that we need to give our players some time to finish those battle groups to get ready. So there's a slight wait there.
Yes, I wonder who the crowd's favorite will be.
That's a very good question. Well, we do have some questions from Twitch chat in the meantime here. If there will be Navy like in Wargame in an update, and my understanding is that Navy didn't really. It's in Normandy. Navy didn't really do much, so on there won't be any naval battles.
Wait, what?
In Steel Division.
I kind of missed something.
We talked about Navy.
When?
Just now, when I was talking and you were ignoring me.
I was looking at this.
Oh yes, I realize that does take up a lot of your.
Okay,
you know what? You know what though? We'll talk about that some other time because everyone's ready.
Yes.
So we are going to launch this sucker.
And my allies team will win.
I'm for.
The crowd knows that I was for the allies from the beginning.
You know what?
You saw it in my eyes.
You know what?
And in my soul.
I mean, I am watching the allies, so I feel like it would be better if we need to have favorites that I would be for the allies. But since you're so adamant about this, I will root for the Axis then.
Okay, then I need to have a way to connect my knowledge to the allies. Do you think the secret? Do we have a secret way to communicate with Gabriel and?
No, we don't. We're neutral observers.
There's neutral. I always thought that was, overrated. So. But we are not like 2 minutes behind, right?
What do you mean 2 minutes behind?
Like usually when you're streaming.
No, we're not 2 minutes behind.
Wait, we're in the same time zone?
This is very confusing, Nikki.
No, but what? I will now not talk about the 2 minutes. I thought there was like a lag between us and Nicholas and Roland for some reason.
No, there's not. This is all really live. Okay.
Then I will not tell them anything about the Axis. I'm scared.
Despicable neutrals. This is true. Now I'm just like, please load in properly because it's embarrassing when it doesn't.
Yes!
Yay!
Okay. How do the?
Okay, so let's see. Where do we surrender? Yeah. We surrender here. I do want to surrender.
Yeah.
My army has been defeated and observer mode is activated. So let's see what we got here. Right. So, Nikki, just
Yes.
looking at this, where would you what would you focus on? Because this does have currently in the 3v3 2v2, there's one large village in the middle here.
Yes.
A lot of roads pointing into that village, specifically on the allies' left-hand side, so it'd be your right-hand side, I guess. There's one road.
Is this Columbell?
No.
I forgot which one this was.
This is Saint what's it?
It's the one with the high point of the church. I read about
Yes.
this. So a nice little a nudge towards the battle log and the what was the other thing called? The thing that prepares you if you have
The
ordered,
tactical guide?
yeah, the tactical guide.
Mhm.
If I'm correct about this map, there's this little church, and there is da-da-da-da.
Let's
Here.
go to Nikki's screen so we can see this church.
Yeah, look at this beautiful church. So if you get this church, you will have a lot of good vision. And I'm sure if I say this wrong, I will be annihilated by the community. But it is very good to have this little, what do you call it? This place as the first team. So
Yeah, so
if possible, rush it.
yeah, so grabbing the village early and then hoping you hold it.
Yes,
Now,
that's my wise tactical opinion. But fear not, my friends who are not as fast. You can still manage to, gain, what do you call it?
ground.
Gain ground, win, yes.
Well,
Because-
that's one of the things I'm interested in seeing, because we've seen several times when
Yeah.
we look at these types of maps where there's one thing in the center that a lot of players tend to focus on it, being like, this is the important bit, but of course this is conquest, so what you actually want is land.
Sneaky
Exactly,
spies.
and it happened to you when you played against Roland and Niklas, and they pushed really hard with a very few units and got a lot of like extra 2-3%.
Yeah,
With
I
not
remember.
much, with not many units. So it'll be interesting to see if this happens here as well. Like we can see that Archangel and Volt here, they have
Dun, 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 dun,
they have well, they all seem to be actually.
Let's travel with them.
Yeah. Volt has a lot of units here on the left-hand side of the side, so they might actually not have that many when. Let's
Let's see.
go idle lobby leader.
This is so cool. They're I don't know who the orange one is.
I think that's
Roland.
it's our units that they've taken over, probably something like that.
Oh, I was like, whoa, they have.
Well, no, the orange ones would
No,
be.
that's Roland.
Yeah,
Look,
that's their units.
he's gonna go from two sides, and then let's see what they're like. Honestly,
It's actually kind of
it'd be so
interesting.
cool if they do this.
Yeah. Because from your perspective, right, we can see that the oh, here we go, rollout. The Axes do have an attack beacon on the village, whereas the
Yes.
Allies don't.
They're chilling around.
So well, things are rolling out here. We'll see what happens.
So basically, what Roland did last time with me
Yeah.
is he sent a little spy way behind enemy lines.
Mm-hmm.
Little shout out to that film.
Okay.
You can, if your opponent isn't that very observant like I am, then you can have a lot of points early on with conquest mode.
Yeah, and look at this Archangel here.
What is he doing?
He's sending some scouts, and that's pretty much all he's sending here. But he is seeing some opposition from Roland. There's at least something that I can't tell from my perspective, but he is going to come up against other things. And it seems like we have our first engagement here on the left-hand side, on the Axis side. Volt is coming up against Niklas and Roland, actually. They seem to be splitting the difference. They have units on both sides,
Yeah.
and Volt is moving backwards a bit. It's already crew killed the Archangel does have an RGB leader and some amphibious vehicles here, but it seems like it's the Axes that have taken most of the city.
Oh, you're at the city. 'Cause there's also action happening on the right side. And Roland is being pushed back by, let's see, who is this guy? Who's the blue guy? on my, yeah, that one.
That's Volt. Volt.
By Carl,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Volt. So,
and it seems like we don't have audio on your computer, which is unfortunate because we don't get the awesome pew 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 sounds.
no, we do. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah.
What
so
happened?
I don't know.
Ooh,
We'll
at
have to
this
look into that.
beautiful
But it seems
models.
like
Dude,
there we
there
go.
it is.
Well, it's over to my inside. So if you can quickly look at your sound settings to see that you're actually sending out sounds.
Oh, those are yours.
Yep, that's my audio. So it seems like Roland's Ostruppen here, while they do have some, well, better trained units, the Ostruppen are actually being pushed back by quite a lot of infantry fire on my left-hand side, whereas
I'm supposed
and
to send audio, but
yeah, and Volt does have some command carriers, rifle leaders, and other things going in here in the middle. He also has a recce. And Archangel, they seem to be pushing back right now, at least in part. But as we can see, the tricks happened here on the left-hand side again. Archangel, or right-hand side, Archangel does have 2 recon units here, but he can't see much, unfortunately. You can see an Ostruppen and some half-tracks. But the Germans have pushed up a bit here. They're up to 56% now, and it's mostly here on the right-hand side, I would say.
yeah, look at that little. This guy's just killed somebody from your team.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, it was a little spy, but Roland managed to find him and kill
Yeah,
him.
so
Which is the smart thing to do, and not wait like I did
Yeah.
until you are
yeah,
dead.
Roland does have some Ostruppen here that's apparently sneaking around the recon units.
Whoa, the town is completely captured by team.
Yeah,
Right.
well, so the Allies do have one bit here in the bottom, but other than that, they seem to be taking out some units, and they're doing what every good player should be doing when you're not allowed to have the town. You just artillery the shit out of it to make sure that your opponent can't have it either. Still though, the Axis, which apparently I'm all in favor for,
Yes.
the Axis, the best team around, is at 56%.
Oh no, I hope that the allies manage to push back, because apparently you can you know, win again if somebody captured the town. So Carl, go. You can
I
do
mean,
it.
so we should also look at the income here, and it's actually pretty even. But the Allies are of course going to get more requisition points than the Axis in Phase B, which is 5 minutes away. So if they can take back this area here, Nikki, can we have a look at what's actually going on here on?
Is that in that little
Yeah,
pimple?
yeah, in their forward push on your left-hand
Yeah,
side.
I wonder, because there's nothing there. So
Yeah, so it's.
Oh wait, it's this.
Yeah,
this
so there
little
are some
Ostruppen.
Ostruppen
Yeah.
there, and Archangel sees that. Like, there's still a. If
Look
we go
at
back to
them
my
being
screen,
Sneaky.
Archangel can still see this, here, but he's not. They're not doing anything about it. Like, it's Ostruppen and some Grenadiers and a half-track. That's what he can see, and that's clearly not that much more there. If they send some units in here, they should be able to take a lot of this back, but right now they can't, and they are losing percent based on it.
I think they're concentrating too much on the center.
Yes, and we can see, but they are pushing on my left-hand side here. So they're actually across the center road here for the first time ever, I think. They're not clawing back territory, but they're gaining some to save them from the ones they've lost here.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the amount of ground that you have counts the most. So they have
Yeah.
to get the people that are spying on them on the left, on my
They're-
left side.
They're also in a bit of a tricky position here, Archangel, in their forward push here by the city. They have a lot of experienced units. They should have a command unit. Yeah, they have a command. The RGR leader here. They were pressured from both sides. There's an MG42 over here on the road, just pouring.
Is this what they call a pincer movement? Because look, they're coming from both sides.
Yes, and
go Roland.
If we're watching my screen still, of course, Archangel can't really see this. He doesn't have any recce units here, from what I can see.
He doesn't?
No, he has
Always
one at the bottom of
recon.
at the bottom of the village. But other than that, he doesn't actually know how big the push is from the left hand or from my right hand side.
Whoa.
That said, just looking at Volt, he's actually doing a decent job at pushing here. I don't know how many Axis units are there on the other side, on your right hand side.
A lot.
Yeah.
Look at this, man. It's orange everywhere.
But then again, there's also a lot of allied units. This is, you know what? I've seen Roland play before, quite a few times actually. He's been on stream quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna trash talk you and Stefan's performance, but in the first phase A, other than this big thing here that keeps happening, they're doing a decent job. If they could just get this area back, they should have a decent shot at well, they're not gaining that much ground, but they could stop the bleed if they do that. Other than that,
but that's the thing. They have to kill these people here. What are they called?
The Fusilier?
German's
such a weird language.
The Fusilier. I'm butchering. But if they kill them, then at least the whole bleeding points thing will stop. Because that's what killed us. We managed to actually hold up quite long. It was just the bleeding.
Yeah.
And not
anything
else.
The thing that surprises me so much, right?
Yeah.
Is the fact that Archangel does have a recon unit here.
What? Where?
Right here. So they're they.
What are they doing then?
I mean, they're pretty knowledgeable about some of the stuff that's here. So he should know that there aren't too many units around. You can't see back here, of course. Oh, here we go. So we finally have some units coming in.
Action.
Oh,
soon.
Oh, that's Roland sending in some air.
Oh.
Dropping some bombs. Where's it going?
I don't think it's. Oh, it is a one. Whoa! Did you see that action?
Oh, and yeah, that freaked out the 2-in carrier by Volt. It didn't hurt it, but it stressed it out and it's falling back. So less artillery, and this probably means that Roland has pushed Volt and Archangel almost out of the city. We have Archangel holding on to this area here, but other than that, they've fallen back.
Oh, are you the one that's clicking, or is that Roland?
Well, I'm not clicking, but I'm sure that if they're clicking sounds, it's probably me.
I just forgot that you're not on my team, so I wouldn't be able to hear your clicking sounds.
No. But I'm actually quite impressed with.
Look at this, man. This is the moment where they can squish the pimple. There's a.
Well, I think we have to go over to Nikki's screen for the pimple squishing.
Yes. They squished it. Only a tank left.
Well,
beautiful. Or is it a
no,
tank? No,
there's not. There's actually if we go on my screen, we can see that they have some experienced units here that are still hold out.
Oh.
That said, it seems like Archangel finally had enough of the Axis getting a bunch of free terrain and is pushing in some units here, some Jeep and a recon, some support, and they actually found Roland's Fusiliers that are. This is surprising to me. I'm not sure if Roland forgot to, because normally, not normally, but often when I use recon, I have it set so it won't shoot when it finds an enemy unit. But Roland's Fusiliers opened fire as soon as they could, I think.
The reason for that is as soon as somebody fires on you, even though you have do not shoot or engage, you will start to engage.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and they found the Ostropen as well from the recon here. We'll see what happens. They are pushing back.
One
Well,
more hit and we're
they've
going.
taken this area here, which I'm. Oh right, hang on. No,
They're going
I'm
to
supposed
manage to push
I'm
back.
supposed to be rooting for the Axes, aren't I? Yay, the Axes are in the lead, and they have been in the lead from the start because they're
no.
at 54%, and they're gonna have a total victory in 22 minutes unless the Allies do something about it, and they're clearly not going to be able to do anything about it
Can you
because they're
sound more
spineless.
unenthusiastic? Have
What?
some soul. There's like, okay, so the Allies, they're on 46% after they were almost squished. Like that's some go underdogs.
Here we got here comes another bomb run. Let's see if Roland hits something with it. Yep. Still go. Oh, there's a crocodile here, and getting rid of a mortar. They've. We'll see what happens. I want to see what this crocodile is.
Why
gonna
is
do.
there no anti-air on the Allies side?
Well, because anti-air, it wasn't very good in Normandy World War II.
Do not say this. Do not say this.
That said, though,
Oh, that is true. But
they
what
should have some air at least. It seems like the only air we've seen, and we might not have been paying attention, but has been Roland's bomb runs.
Yeah, but what you can do to suppress the air is set a lot of anti-air and then have fighter jets behind them. They will do the killing, and the anti-airs will do the, what do you call it? Scaring.
Yeah, the
So-
stressing them out.
Yeah, the stressing them out.
Yeah.
So that's how you will manage to
And
win.
it seems like we have a village fight again.
Ooh, exciting.
The Allies will not be denied. They're like, no, we need to have at least some of the buildings here on the edge of the village. That said, we have a lot of grenadiers, which probably means that if there's any mechanized, there's a honey badger and the crocodile coming in. We'll see how well that works. The MGs and Bolt's rifles have been. Here we go.
So what does the crocodile do exactly?
Well, it has a flamethrower,
Ooh,
which is fun.
I read
and-
something about the flamethrower.
Okay.
So what you can do, instead of having the flamethrower while you're in one of those bocages or hedgerows, whatever you call them, as a flamethrower, stand behind the hedgerows, and while the enemy comes out of the hedgerows, start flaming them.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh,
That's the
and
way.
it seems like the ooh, that, yeah. Okay. Hang on. Did that? Yeah, I think. Let me. Yeah, that
4%.
that crocodile just got blowed up because Volt did not think about. You should never turn your sight to anywhere because there's Panzer Shrek team in one of these buildings, turned around the corner and got destroyed. And that's the end of the Allied push. Let's see. This is Captain Ollie. So these
My
are
God.
your units.
This looks completely red.
That's because it's very red.
I feel like I should switch back to the Axis, because obviously.
Well, I mean, no. You wanted to root for the underdog.
Yes, but the underdog is being very underdoggy right now.
That's what they said.
And I expect some non-underdogginess, but there's nothing.
Oh, this is the Axis push here. We are actually in Phase B, which we forgot to mention. This is where the Allies should be getting more. Well, they are getting more points than the Axis, but it seems like the Axis are the ones that are rolling in most of the new troops. There are some Panzer coming in. There's even a Tiger, and well, there's just more and more Panzer. These guys have been holding this from basically the start of the game, but it seems like that's finally going to stop now. The Axis has had enough.
Ooh, they have anti-air.
Yes, they do.
Phew. See, now they're stressing him.
Yeah, and he's actually falling back.
See.
Speaking of falling back, this Ranger leader is not going to have a good time because his building just got blown up. And yeah, it seems like this is probably not going to work out for them.
Wait, let me see.
Let's see, where are they? They're right here. They're not having a good. They're not having a good time.
Ooh.
And they're pinned, and that's them gone. The Axis
Your
had
team
enough.
is
Finally
losing.
took the whole village. The Allies have pushed up in this pocket, though. They actually have quite a lot of units here compared to
Yeah.
what I expected. The Axis also pushed back on the
Wait.
left-hand flank.
Oh no, that side is soon going to go down. Look at this, man.
Oh,
There's
yeah, so if we go over to...
25 seconds till there will be I think that's called an off-map
yes, it
artillery
is.
attack.
It is. We'll see what happens. There are some units here. Oh, there's actually more anti-air now, stressing out, I think it's the air. So if we go back to my side, we can at least get the noise of the explosion coming in a few seconds here.
You don't, oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but we get to see, on my side, we get to see the casualties and what actually happens.
Yeah,
Oh, and they're pinned down just as the explosions come in. Let's see, of course,
Bloodbath.
it is pinned down, falling back. But if Roland or Nicholas can't push in here, is it going to do anything? Tracks broken. The command carrier is having a hard time taking fire. Everyone's falling back. They had to. I think that was mostly a successful bombardment there. But on the other hand, they have kind of... The Axis aren't pushing up further, at least not at the moment, and they've kind of stabilized the line here. And as I say that, of course, the Axis do push forward. Up to 57% now, so slowly but surely, still only +1. We've seen this before, but at this point, with 22 minutes remaining, if the Allies want to have a shot at winning this, because they are at 0%, your favorites, or they're not at 0%, but at 0 points, your favorites, they have to start doing something.
I have
and
faith
grab
in
some
them.
land somewhere.
I have faith in them.
So what do you think they should do?
Well, that's a very good question
Thank
you're
you.
asking there.
Thank you, that's why I asked it. I'm known for asking the good questions.
Well, something should happen here in the center of the town, but I don't think they can. I don't think there's a possibility to get it back.
There seems to be so many allied units there.
Exactly. So whether you wait, allied units.
No, Axis units,
Yeah,
sorry.
there's. It's like completely red.
Oh, Tiger. Let's see if
Where?
there's a Tiger on the road here. Nicholas has a Tiger right here.
I keep thinking, why do I hear the English voices? But it's because I'm hearing your.
Yeah, let's see. So it's got decent vision, like here, not great, but then again, these I don't see anything either.
The air.
I'm still surprised here on the right hand side though. Why Archangel hasn't pushed up further since this recon is here.
Do you think that they should have more recon or had more recon at the beginning?
I mean, that's always a tricky situation, like, because they had a lot of recon. It's just that
They didn't do anything.
I'm not necessarily sure they trusted their recon enough.
Yeah.
One of them got shot down by Zamostropen, if I recall correctly. But other than that,
Yeah.
but we have more Jeeps and M3 half-track coming in on the left-hand side.
Did they go? Did the Allies go from the middle or from the mid at the beginning? Because what I really liked from the Axis side is that Roland split up and went from two sides, while Nicholas took the midway.
Yeah.
Which was, I don't know, I thought that was really smart.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think, I mean, we've talked about they have played this game more than most people in the in-house league, so I don't think it's unfair to say that they're kind of the favorites.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I have to give props to Volt for actually holding the line here for the most part on the left-hand side. They did lose the village, but it's not a horrible showing for a first game. And I think as we keep playing, we'll see tactics evolving a bit more and people getting more used to the format and their place. I'm pretty sure once we get into week 2 and week 3, we're going to see a lot of people practicing a lot more
to get back their honor.
Well, to show that there's someone to deal with. They might not be able to grab a hold of like Niklas and Roland here, but I think like second, third in the league standings will be hotly contested. And this is me after just half of the first game predicting things. We'll see.
Do you think they'll still manage to push through? This is actually a very good situation. That because Volt and what's the Archangel, they have been on the defensive position for a really long time. And one thing that I've read upon a lot while I was prowling the forums and the Steam reviews is that a lot of people said, the ones that were very critical, of course, said that this is a very, like, to win this game, you have to play, just have a very good defensive position and you will win. And I don't know, but most of the time I play very defensively, and well,
I mean, you can't win by just defending. You have to know when to push, right? And
exactly.
it's one of those cases as well where it seems like the front line has for the most part stabilized, but it also of course means that the Axis does have longer to travel to refill or to fill up the front line with more units, and the allies have less. But at this point, I don't like. We're kind of actually Archangel has coming in with a destroyer here. Let's see. They can no longer see the Tiger. This is interesting. Like these Grenadiers, I think they've been here from the start.
Yeah, are they the stressy Grenadiers? Because there's like a unit that no matter how many people you throw on them, they will stay there and they will stay until the end. I think that's the Red Devils. Are they playing the Red Devils?
No, they're not. Because I think the Red Devils were banned, weren't they?
A 100 and no, the Red Devils went banned.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh, that's Roland just took out the destroyer, but then got shot down. It's probably still an okay trade though. Yeah, so pushing up on the right-hand side here, I guess Archangel finally realized that there's some maneuverability here. From your screen, it seems like the Axis have really strengthened the center.
Yeah.
There are a lot of units in that village.
You know what they could maybe do? Is if they have the center, maybe go from the left and the right and then try to squish them in. And also have, of course, center.
So they just need a lot of units and then squish in from all sides, is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Well, I mean, if they had all the points in the world, they could squish from all sides.
I mean, we are in Phase C now, and one of the things we have not mentioned, which I guess we should point out, is that Phase C, the Niklas Panzerlehr get 150 recruitment points. Roland's
how are you gonna win?
352 get 130. So allies are actually, just when it comes to requisition points, they are getting less than the Axis now. So it's going to be hard, if not impossible, to push back here. And they also only have 2 minutes because the Axis, of course, as we all know, my favorite from the start, knowing superior tactics compared to Nikki here, who he was like, love the allies.
I'm not exactly known for my what do you call it, war? How would you say, tactical powers? Yes.
That said, the reason it sped up is that the Axis for quite a while made it up to 58%. For the first half of the match, of course, they were close to 58 in the +2, but didn't really get it that often.
I for one second thought, oh, but they also have somebody that's really good in the third phase, but I forgot, that's you.
That's me. That said, they do have access to some of our units, so that's something we should look into next week and make sure that we don't give them. Now we just gave them what we had. We probably shouldn't have done that. But this is, like I said, this is the first of many tests, and once observer mode is in, this is no longer an issue. So and I don't think it actually mattered too much in this game because well, you know, Roland and Nicholas being the superior Axis team, as I said from the start. I'm really bad at pretending to be smug. I'm good at being actually smug, but just pretending to be smug I'm bad at.
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of like you really wish for them to, you know, do something and win, but
oh, they did
you're
manage to get the Panzer to bail out here from the Jumbo. It's doing work. The Jumbo is actually doing quite a lot of work. But in the end, Roland and Niklas, after a strong first push, managed to take most of the village. The Allies countered by pushing on what's my left. They lost a lot of ground on the right by not pushing into that early, since they kind of knew what was going on. And then just getting the continuous +1 ticks at the start and for most of the game meant that that's a total defeat for the Allies on Saint Mère-Église in 20 minutes and 10 seconds. And I can keep saying what's on screen, but I probably shouldn't. So, wow.
What did you say? It's like at the beginning.
Nicholas's pack here took out a lot of half tracks.
Yeah, but like at the beginning, the Allies team concentrated a bit too much on the center because they weren't doing well. The Axis team wasn't doing that much pushing on the center. They were doing a lot of pushing from the left and the right side.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say from my position here, if they pushed back from the left and the right flank, do you call it that?
Yeah.
That's maybe they would have won or had a bit more chance. But I'm sure the community has opinions on that.
We thought about mixing the teams up, actually, but at the start, since this is the first tournament, we felt it was better to have teams first that A, actually work close to each other so they can communicate, and B, have someone they know to trust to play with. And I see that Niklas is outside with Roland. Do you guys want to come in and explain what went well and what you didn't expect? Also, congratulations. I knew you had it in you all along. Nikki never trusted you for a minute.
This is Alice, as you will see. Okay, I had faith in you guys.
We have it on video that she didn't.
This is not true. You will never be able to prove it.
So what happened? How did it go from your perspective?
Like, main unexpected point was that the AI deployed units, essentially.
Yes,
Nikki
we saw that.
The game. Your AI basically held it down and we didn't even have to deploy there.
See, that was what I was wondering about, because I know that Eugene said they will... that right now, what happens basically is if you have rage quitters or people just...
That's true, actually. I hadn't thought that.
If people just drop out of the game, do bad connections or whatever, a smart AI will take that person's position and, as you just heard, win.
So what we'll make sure to do next time, unless observer mode is in, we're not going to surrender, and we'll see how that works out.
We could do that, and
or just watch the replays. But like I said, this is a learning experience for all of us.
Or maybe
Gabriel,
Eugene implements the observer mode.
Well played.
Well played.
So the thing you guys just missed.
Oh,
Carl,
yeah,
okay, yeah, you're all here. Is that how did your AI perform?
Well,
Yeah,
it was annoying.
I was a bit surprised to see her units all of a sudden in the city.
Yeah,
That was not as planned.
no, it's like I said, it's one of those things where we did this last time at PDX, and of course it wasn't implemented that the AI would take over. So I hadn't thought of that. But there you go. So it was actual 3v3 with 2 players and AI. I have to say, you know what? I expected you to get stomped harder than you did.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have faith
I
in you
sort
guys.
of did as well. Thank you.
He did a lot better than I did.
I remembered all of my front.
Yeah.
No, because one of the things Volt said before we started, when we were talking about divisions, you were like, doesn't matter what division I get, I'm going to be equally bad with all of them.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. I think I have a total of like 4 hours in the game or something. So like, it wouldn't really matter. I would put them similarly regardless.
QA warning, I have over 200 hours in the game.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, I was down to making educated guesses based on primarily my time on Hearts of Iron.
But you guys held up pretty well. But there was at one point you had spies that could see
the recon.
the recons. Recon is a better word. That could see Ruland's recon. That's where you guys leached all the points. On the
the left side. Well,
what was up? Like,
yeah, Gabriel, what happened there? Because you
happened
had,
there,
from your perspective, on the right hand side, you had two recon units.
Yeah.
And I assume you could kind of see that Roland didn't have that many units there, but nothing happened.
No, I only saw like the road area, so I didn't know how much he had in front of that. And then I had to scratch together some units to throw into the line because I focused on the city fight. Then I lost the city fight, and then Carl called out, "Hey, what's going on the right?" Oh. So yeah,
it's one of those classic things where you're like, you might win the battle, but not necessarily the war. And in this case, you lost both.
yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for taking part. Next week, I'll make sure that it's even more organized. We'll have a proper leaderboard, but a good start for Mortar Combat.
Yes.
we need to change the name. I saw that I wrote a C for combat, and it's with a K, right?
Yeah, well, if you want to do a Mortal Kombat pun, yes.
Yeah.
But other than that, excellent.
You
Excellent
may still go for the thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, go with it.
Thank you was the alternative.
Yeah. But we are about done. We started a bit late, but we also ended a bit late. Don't forget that Eugen is streaming tomorrow. They should be streaming some single player. And of course, check out their blog for more information, like why the AI,
Anti-air.
Exactly. Oh, I'm being such a Nicky. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye for now.
Bye.